I'm an astrologer and I'm going to explain what makes a chart really, really intense and juicy. And no, it's not being a Scorpio, it's having a stellium in any sign. A stellium is when 3 or more planets are in the same sign, and if they are between 0 and 2 degrees apart, they're going to be in a combust aspect, which is going to intensify the stellium. So this person has a Capricorn stellium, and I'll highlight it down below for people who can't read the chart. Basically, this person has been having Pluto going over all of their stellium planets for the last 9 years. Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008, and this person's Mercury is at 11 degrees of Capricorn, which means that in 2014, when Pluto entered that degree, it started going over all of those planets. And because Pluto is at 27 Capricorn right now, and it just finished its retrograde, and I'll have another retrograde next year, it'll continue to pass over back and over their Neptune for another year. And then finally, they're done. So Capricorns are dealing with a karmic predicament of structure. We need structure in order to feel safe and secure, but structure also limits and confines our creativity. And so a lot of Capricorns will inherit and incorporate these structures that are very rigid into their lives that actually limit their ability to express who they really are. If you have a stellium in any sign, you're basically going to see an amplification of the issues associated with that sign. And until you balance your chart and learn how to govern that energy, that part of your chart is going to be really sensitive and vulnerable to transits. So basically, every single person with a stellium at some point in their life is going to have major transits with outer planets that are going to square or oppose or conjoin their stellium. Even if you're not experiencing major transits from the outer planets, you're still going to be experiencing transits from the faster moving planets. So you're going to have to set up really good routines in order to protect your sensitivity. When the planets are clustered like that, it makes you way more sensitive in general. If any outer planet, Pluto, Uranus, or Neptune is going to be transiting over your stellium for a long period of time, what is that going to indicate? It's going to indicate intense fatigue, because planets that have to do with different aspects of life are all going to get hit by the same influence. It means that you, more than other people, are going to have to pay attention to imbalances in one area of life because it might reappear in another. People with stelliums go through extremely low lows and high highs. This is especially true for people who have their moon in a stellium. Because the moon rules our lens and our frame of thinking in this world, we're going to have to really pay attention to taking care of our mind when we're going through intense stellium transits. Depending on where the stellium is in the chart, it can also create a lot of independence and incredible prodigy level talent. This all just has to do with what else is going on in the chart, so hit me up for a reading.